What's up? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Easy Work Boxing about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. You're riding with the realest. The realest. I just give my fair opinions. That's all I give in the sport of boxing that I love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all forgive me. I've been gone for a minute. Birthday came Sunday. I've been celebrating my birthday. A lot of stuff going on in my life as well. You know, I got to work. You know, everybody got to go pay some bills and work. So, you know, y'all forgive me. But please come on back and follow your boy. No bias talk, no racism at all. We don't do that over here. Your boy from Alabama, even though I'm from one of the most racist states in the world. I learned that when I was young. Hey, it's all about how you treat people, and everybody ain't the same. You understand me? All right. Terence Crawford versus Fundora has been mandated by the WBO. Good job, WBO. Great job. It was supposed to be this from jump. You know, shout out to Errol Spence, hell of a fighter, has gave us entertainment, risked his life to give us entertainment. Y'all know I'm not an Errol Spence fan at all. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate what he do in the ring and how he, you know, take care of his family. You know, the man making millions. Do your thing, Errol Spence. But you did not deserve to fight on Fundora first. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why they even did that. But thank you, WBO, for stepping in and doing your job and making sure that Terence Crawford had the first lineup to fight Fundora. Now, the thing about it, I'm not really hearing anybody talk about the WBC title that Fundora holds, but they talking about the WBO title that he holds. And you know, Fundora, you know, I think is a hell of a fighter. Taiwan Inferno, 6'6", power. Can fight in the inside well. To me, I think his outside fighting really sucks. I think he does a lot of pity-pat punching. You know, I have to take nothing from him. This man making way more money than me. You know what I'm saying? Giving me entertainment for the sport that I love. But I don't think that Fundora, I know that for a fact that Fundora was going to beat Spence. And a lot of y'all got to think about this. You know, I know a lot of Spence fans are out there and you want to see Spence redeem himself. Right now ain't the time. Spence still needs confidence fights from the torturous fight that he went through with Terence Crawford. Also, he having a year layoff. And see, this what y'all Spence fans don't be saying is about, what about the car accidents and the eye injuries that y'all bring up when he lost to Crawford? And he got a year layoff. And y'all gonna let him go and jump in there with Fundora, who confidence is high, who beat Tim Tszyu, whether you want to say he won from the blood gash or from the gash in the head or not. His confidence is high right now. Errol Spence's confidence is not high right now. And he got a year layoff. So y'all want y'all boy to go jump in the ring with Fundora right now and think that he's going to come out victorious. No. It's not going to go like that. I keep telling y'all about the Erickson Lubin versus Fundora fight. And a lot of y'all, you know, if you don't really watch boxing, you wouldn't understand it. You'd be like, why he mentioning that? Erickson Lubin ain't Errol Spence. Errol Spence is one-dimensional. Erickson Lubin is not. And look what Fundora did to Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin used the left, right. He don't just go to the body, head, nothing like that. And I'm not saying that Erickson Lubin is a better fighter than Errol Spence, because that'll be, I know I can see that in the comments. Y'all will go crazy about that. But what I'm saying is, Erickson Lubin has more in his arsenal to me than more foot movement than, not one-dimensional, than Errol Spence Jr. And look what happened to him and look at his face. I think that if Errol Spence would have went out there and fought Fundora would have opened up his face just like Terence Crawford did. The bruise is still there. You know, like when fighters have cuts and their cuts open back up in the ring, I think he was going to beat the blood out of Errol Spence. But a lot of y'all don't believe that. A lot of y'all still think that Errol Spence is still the big fish. No, the big fish now is Terence Crawford. That's who Moby Dick is. Moby Dick is now Terence Crawford for the haters out there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say Terence Crawford fanboys and this and that. First, let me tell you this on this channel. Keith Thurman is my favorite fighter. Hate it or love him. You could talk about him. You could dog him. You could say whatever you want to say about my boy. But Keith Thurman is the guy that brought me back to the sport of boxing, that made me start watching boxing again. I've been watching boxing since I was 8 years old. But when I saw Keith Thurman talking to Paulo Malignaggi, I said, let me check out this guy. And it brought me back to the sport of boxing. Now, like I said, thank you, WBO, for moving Spence out the way, because he never deserved to fight in the first place. Now we got, what, 30 days for them to, you know, make a purse bid or for them to negotiate for the fight. I can't wait to see this fight. Terence Crawford is closer and closer to becoming the undisputed champion in 3 divisions. I mean, well, yeah, in 3 divisions. Going in the history books, out of the top 5 greats, along with Homicide Hank and many others. And like I tell y'all about Floyd Mayweather, y'all love to talk about Floyd Mayweather, all-time great. You ain't great unless you've been undisputed. And that's just real deal boxing talk. No hate on Floyd, black man getting his money. I salute Floyd Mayweather, one of the most perfect boxers I've ever seen. All around fighter. Skill set is beautiful. Beautiful. But at the end of the day, 49-0 and never undisputed. Yeah, I said 49-0 because McGregor don't count. Never undisputed. Y'all know Terence Crawford didn't surpass him. And to speak about that a little bit with Mayweather, right? Y'all remember in the interview that Floyd Mayweather told Al Heyman not to let Errol Spence fight Terence Crawford for undisputed. Y'all remember that? He said because he felt like Errol should have been at 168. Why you never said that before, Floyd, until you got beat by Terence? See, I want to tell you what Floyd's real agenda was. Don't let Terence Crawford become a 2-time undisputed champion. That's what Floyd's agendas was, because Floyd ain't never been one time. Not one time. Now, a lot of people say, Floyd say, hate on what? Hate on legacy. Hate on the fact that you have never been undisputed not one time and you fought the most champions out of all boxers. Now, ain't that bad? Love you, Floyd. Think about it now, y'all. He loved to scream. Who fought the most champions? Me, right? Yeah, you, right? But you ain't never been undisputed out of all them fights with them champions. Never undisputed. So when it comes to this Fundora situation, y'all know Fundora over there with Al Heyman, of course. He over there with Al Heyman, of course. Guess what? Guess who's gonna be whispering to Al Heyman again? Don't let Terence fight Fundora. He gonna get 1 belt. If he beat Fundora, he get 1 belt closer to being 3-time undisputed. Floyd ain't never been undisputed once. Hey, Al, whatever you gotta do, stop that fight. Make Fundora give up that WB. I'm along with you fans that's out here saying it. I'm along with you fans that's out here saying, hey, Al, make him get that belt up. Make him work hard for undisputed. Al, make him get that belt. Make him give that belt up. Don't just give it to him that easy. Ain't no guarantee. I'm not selling y'all like this. I'm not saying it's a guarantee that Terence Crawford will defeat Fundora. I'm not saying that. But if the possibility, there's a major possibility that it can happen. So I feel like the fans, some of y'all fans, they call the boxing voice, and I heard y'all cries about it. I feel that they're gonna skip him. Give him the belt. Let him go fight somebody else for it. And we keep the WBC and make it a little bit more harder for him to be undisputed. Because Fundora still holds the WBC, correct? So that means now it's going to be 2 belts he got to go out. Alex, what's up, Alex? Thank you for tuning in. Alex said, bro, the hell is Boots' opponent? And I really watch the sport. So this is another tomato. Are you talking about Brian Norman? Brian Norman, he holds, I think, with the WBO title. Brian Norman is decent. Brian Norman is decent. Now, I wouldn't sit up here and say that Brian Norman will defeat Boots. I ain't going to say that Boots will defeat Brian Norman. You know, but this is a fight that's necessary. You know, all Boots and his team has been screaming, Bowes and Ennis have been screaming, oh, we want to stay at 147 and be undisputed. Notice that I told y'all that a Boots don't really want, while Eddie Hearn's them that talking about Brian Norman don't want to piggyback off Boots' name. Now, that's what y'all want to continue to do off Terence Crawford name. Because why hasn't Boots challenged? Why hasn't Boots challenged Terence Crawford for his WBA title at 154? Why hasn't Boots challenged Terence Crawford for his title at 154? Boots a big dude, y'all. Boots can make 154, no problems. And he'll be probably more healthier than at 154. Why haven't they called him out? But yet y'all want to be undisputed at 147, but then it's a problem with negotiations with Brian Norman. How come this is the thing? I always tell y'all this about these big fights. When it's time to fight somebody who they possibly can beat you. See, Eddie Hearn know what he doing. He don't want Boots to lose his fire in case he get beat. They know where they lowballing them folks because they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. Eddie Hearn them don't want that fight. They want to keep making as much money off Boots and keep piggybacking off Terence Crawford name when they have the possibility to move up to 154 and fight Terence. Y'all say y'all want to be undisputed at 147, but then there's a problem to make a fight at 147 to become a unified champion. As long as he was out there fighting Karens, David Avanesians, and fighters that they knew he could beat, Sergey Lipinets, fighters from 140 that they knew Boots could beat, negotiations went fine. I always tell y'all this. Fighters know who gonna get on problems and who might make them look bad. Whenever they fight fighters that they know they can whoop, fight made like that. When it's time to fight a fighter they know might bring some grit and ain't willing to come out there and lose and has a possibility of 50-50 chance to beat them, oh, negotiation. Oh, he lowballing. He highballing. Oh, he don't make as much money as me. He ain't never been on pay-per-view. And when it comes to Brian Norman, Boots ain't never been on pay-per-view. Boots don't bring them that much to the table more than Brian Norman. Boots is known because he's been calling out Terence Crawford. Brian Norman ain't that known, true enough, but he is a champion. They both have belts. Make the fight. It's a unification. Make the fight. What's the problem? Because Eddie Hearn know that boy has a chance of possibly going out there and messing up their game plan for Boots. And that's why. And y'all hear the negotiations going on Fight Hype. Boots them saying they sent contracts. Brian Norman them saying they ain't sent nothing. They ain't sent the pecan over here to us for, they are outbidding themselves. The man a champion too. But then I respect this comment. I seen somebody on Fight Hype. They said Boots ain't a highlighted fighter, pay-per-view star himself. So how much does Brian Norman them think they're gonna get? See, I think the problem, and I gotta say this about Brian Norman, them, no disrespect to Brian Norman them, but stop worrying about what Boots made in his last 3 fights. What Boots made ain't got nothing to do with y'all and what y'all trying to do. See, now we got to go back into the Floyd Mayweather talk. Floyd Mayweather had to get lowballed to become the king and the face of boxing when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Stop worrying about what Boots made. If y'all confident y'all could beat Boots, get in the ring, beat Boots, and then y'all become the man at 147. Then y'all pay go up. See, everybody want the big pay and ain't did nothing. Ain't did nothing. Nathaniel. They ain't did Nathaniel. Don't worry about what Boots made. That's what Boots made. Sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. Sometimes you got to be the underdog and pay. It's just like working a regular 9 to 5. You got to come. You got to crawl for you the big dog. And that's how I go in the sport of boxing. You got to sit there and wait your turn. If they whatever they give you that's good enough, if it's more than what you made in your last fight, take it. And then you come on top. Same thing happened with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Same thing, which we don't know whether that's really true or not, because Devin Haney done really moved up and ran from Shakur. But at the same time, the first offer that they sent, take it. If it's higher than what you made last time, even if it's close to what you made last time, if you're sure you can beat them and become the big dog, become the big dog. Oh, we'll take it. They going, oh my God, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? He said he'll take it. See, that's how you gonna know when they playing tricks and they playing. I told y'all the new ways of ducking is outbidding yourself, going too high in numbers for what you ain't never made. He ain't never been on pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? He ain't fought the competition I fought. These are new era ways of ducking. These are new era ways of ducking. He ain't made the pay-per-views. He ain't fought the fighters I haven't fought. He want too much money. Sending low ball contracts. That's the new era of ducking in boxing. Oh, he ain't fought this person, that person. He trying to fight you. He's trying to fight you. But whenever it's time to go make the fights that we know these major name fighters, well, I wouldn't say Boots is a major name, but he coming up in level from piggybacking off Terence Crawford. He a highlighted name from talking about Terence Crawford now. Whenever it's time to fight a 50-50 fighter, negotiations go bad. Negotiations go bad, but when they fight Dave Ambanesians, when they fighting Karens, when they fight nobody fighters, negotiation make like that. No problem. Oh, I give him much respect. He signed a deal with no complications. Yeah, because she trying to get money. Yeah. You know you could beat him. Yeah, you know this more than he never got paid to fight you. Yeah, you know he gonna sign it fast. But when it comes to a fighter that know they goods and they worst, and they know they're gonna come in there with grit and iron and ready to defend that title and ready to die in that ring like you is to accomplish their dreams. Oh man, you know, he outbidding himself. We ain't get the contract. They asking for too much. Yeah. Y'all know how I've been telling y'all this for years. I've been telling y'all this for years. It's all good until it's time to fight somebody who on your level. We see it all the time. All the time in the sport of boxing. We just don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just ride with the fan base they want to ride with. And they see their favorite fighter because he got a big chain on, nice cars, and they just ride with him. You know what I'm saying? No, that boxing ain't got nothing to do with that. Boxing is about legacy. Who gonna be remembered when they gone? Who gonna be remembered when they gone? Just like what Canelo Alvarez out here doing. Canelo ain't gonna get away with that. It could be 30 years from now. 30 years from now, somebody gonna remember, boy, you didn't fight Dave Benavidez. It's gonna be a boxing historian. Oh, I remember Canelo Alvarez did everything he could not to fight David Benavidez. Just like y'all see when talk about David Benavidez as a monster. He wasn't no monster when he moved up to 175. He wasn't no monster when he moved up to 175. But he's such this monster. David Benavidez is a weight bully. Fight fighters with shorter reaches, and he a weight bully. When he moved up to 175, he fought a guy that got knocked out and ain't been in the ring from what I understand in 4 years. 4 years. And still didn't look good. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm going back down to one. I bet you he is going back down to 168. Why he didn't fight David Morrell? He said he was going to clear out the division so Canelo could have no choice to fight him. Why they didn't fight David Morrell? Because Dave Morrell got the same amount of reach, same amount of height, and the same amount of grit as David Benavidez got. Why they didn't fight? Come on now. He's going to tell you the truth. We ain't on that fanboy stuff on this channel. Ain't nobody paying, man. Ain't nobody sending nothing to that cash app. Y'all see it at the bottom of the screen. Easy birthday just passed. Thank you for those who donated. We gotta just tell the truth, man. That boy didn't look good at 175. Not at all. Not at all. Talking about he the monster, Mexican monster. Yeah. But as far as Canelo, I'm not saying about his size for Canelo. Because Canelo has went up and fought at 175. So all this 25-pound extra crybaby stuff Canelo out there doing, stop that, boy. You went up to 175 and fought. Thank you, Alex. You went up to 175 and fought. Why is you crying about what David Benavidez is going to weigh in when y'all fight? When you probably going to come in probably 4 pounds under him or 7 pounds under him. It ain't going to be that bigger of a weight advantage for Dave Benavidez when you fight him. You just don't want to fight him because you know you can't beat him, Canelo. And Canelo don't want to pass the torch to another Mexican fighter, even though some of y'all say he's not Mexican. He's I don't know what the word that y'all say he is, Honduran or whatever. He Mexican. He Mexican. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you. Yes, Benavidez is another height job. Good fighter. Beat my boy, what's his name? Demetrius Andrade. Beat Demetrius Andrade. You know, I didn't like that at all. I got to tell y'all the truth. I didn't like that at all. But he got him. But to go around here and say, after y'all seen what that boy did at 175 against a fighter who been out the ring for 4 years, cut it out. Cut it out. Now let's go back to also the link is up in the description if y'all want to come on the channel. There it is right there. You're welcome to come on and speak your opinion. We don't block you over here. We're not the LDBC. I don't get mad at your opinion. Actually, your opinion helps me with the channel. I like to hear different things. There are things I don't know, things I haven't seen. So if you're more than welcome to come on the channel if you would like to and discuss your opinion on what's going on in sport of boxing. I would appreciate that. Back to Terence Crawford versus Fundora. I know from the fight, the last fight from Terence Crawford at 175, but me personally, as a Terence Crawford fan, I believe he didn't even like how that fight looked or how it went. I'm expecting Terence Crawford to be training right now. After the day they make the bid, which I don't think is going to happen, or they come through with the fight and it's official, I think Terence Crawford is going to turn up to the next level in training to make sure that nothing stops him from defeating Sebastian Fundora. But like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't think Al Haymon is going to allow Fundora to fight Terence Crawford and lose them 2 belts. Y'all got to understand something about Al Haymon. Al Haymon's only power in boxing to this day right now is the fact that he can still hold on the belts. This is why he didn't want Terence Crawford to fight Errol Spence. Terence Crawford to fight Errol Spence. If Al Haymon runs out of titles, then nobody will have to deal with him. So when he clinches on to those titles, so you will have to negotiate with Al Haymon. That's his power. You got to understand that. When Wilder lost, I think when Wilder lost, it was somebody else lost. Errol Spence lost. The titles was gone. The only person who was standing was Tank. Now Charlo titles everywhere. And, you know, he got Fundora with the titles, but that's what keeps Al Haymon going is the titles. If his fighters keep getting beat and he don't have titles, y'all know they don't want to work with him no way. They've been waiting on Al Haymon to fall from the jump. So they would love nothing more than for somebody to go out there and beat his fighters and take their titles so they won't have to deal with Al Haymon and just flush them out the way. Same way they did with Don King. Same way they did with Don King. Oh, we're going to get him up out of here. That's why the fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford didn't really happen when we wanted it to. Because they knew. And then you got Floyd Mayweather, somebody who's been boxing since they was 6, 7 years old, 5 years old out of the cradle, who can look at fights and tell who's going to win and who can't. And he told Al Haymon, don't let him fight him. That's why Errol Spence had to leave Al Haymon in order to make the fight. Because they were never going to let that fight happen. Because they knew. They knew what was going to happen. Oh, hell no. That boy ain't finna come over here and beat my fight and take all them belts. And then I got to sit up here and negotiate with one fighter, Tank and Charlo. And Charlo. Why y'all think think about this. Canelo went and signed with PBC and then Charlo fight him when he's supposed to fight Tim Tszyu. If I'm Cap, think about this. Charlo fought Canelo Alvarez when he signed to the PBC. When he signed to the PBC, instead of losing his belts to a fighter that won with the PBC. Al Heyman can't lose them titles. Al Heyman can't lose them titles. They ducked. They literally, which I'm gonna be honest with y'all about this. I didn't like how they mandated for Charlo to fight. For Charlo to fight Tim Zoo. I didn't like that. Charlo had just came off undisputed, bro. Out his undisputed victory. It wasn't a month later. They mandated that he fight Tim Zoo. And like I told y'all in my old videos, if I was Charlo, I would go to the highest hotel building and drop that WBO belt off the top of a building and say, y'all could give it to him. Y'all could give it to him. But he did duck. But I didn't like how the WBO handled it. The man just came off of the victory of being undisputed. At least give him 2-3 months to have a vacation. At least give him that. And I ain't a Charlo fan like that. I respect them for giving us this, entertainment, risking their lives in the ring for the sport that we love. But they did Charlo wrong with that. I ain't been on vacation a month. And y'all gonna mandate a fight? So, I kind of felt like that was kind of wrong. Styles may fight. Madrigal was difficult style because of his movement. Fundora won't be. Bud stops him. I know Bud stop him, but I don't want to be, just up front like that. People say, oh, y'all just think Bud the best thing since sliced bread. Can't nothing beat Bud. Y'all think Bud Thanos. Can't, that people get on your channel and they go crazy on you. Y'all think he could just beat everybody because he had that fluke fight. Fluke. I don't know where y'all getting this fluke fight. Have y'all watched the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford full fight yet? Do he look like he was drugged or high in that fight? Do it look like he was drugged or high in that fight? It look like he just got outbested. Oh, that fluke fight. That fluke fight. They're not going to let Terence fight Fundora. Watch they get that belt up. Watch they get that belt up. Watch what I'm telling you. And I just thought about this back to the Boots and Brian Norman situation. Boots, you got emailed the belt. Brian Norman fought for his. So that boy do deserve some money. Brian Norman went out there and fought for his belt. You got emailed your belt. Boots got emailed his belt. Let's just talk about that. Let's just talk about that. You got emailed your belt, Boots. So we're going to talk about it. We got to talk about where I keep it fair and square. Even though I would say, they going off popularity. Who the more known fighter. Boots got a belt. Man, y'all make the fight. But then also, Brian Norman and your father, if they trying to give y'all more than what you made your last fight, take it. You got to crawl before you walk, man. And then y'all the man at 147. If it's a rematch clause, oh, y'all got to pay us double. If it's a rematch clause, if y'all confident y'all can beat Boots, oh, y'all got to pay us more than that now. Y'all got to pay us double of what we made the last fight. If y'all can't do that, then ain't no rematch. If y'all can't do that, then ain't no rematch. You got to crawl for you walk. Come on, Brian Norman. If y'all confident y'all can do it, then do it. I think Boots is a special fighter. I like Boots. But like I said, Boots ain't went up and challenged for that WBA title yet at 154. He ain't did that. I told y'all, Boots them want to piggyback off Terence Crawford's name. They don't really want to fight Terence. When he was at 147, he jumped at the WBO lineup and went to the IBF. He jumped out the WBO lineup to fight Terence and went to the IBF. They just want to use Terrence's name. They don't want to fight him. You think Eddie Hearn them and that Turkey guy, the Turkey guy wouldn't make that fight if he moved to the 154? Boots ain't small. Boots is not natural a 147 pounder. He's not. I mean, well, most fighters ain't naturally the size that they fight at, but Boots ain't a 147 pounder. So what is it to go up them little pounds with 7 pounds and challenge for a title for a fight that will make you a superstar? A superstar if you were to beat Terence Crawford. He ain't did it yet. Now he got a unification saying he want to be undisputed. Negotiations going bad. Oh. Oh. But if I bet this was a fighter who was a lackluster opponent, fight made like that. Old fighter with a name, made like that. Fighter who coming for a payday, made just like that. But see, they know that boy coming. They know Brian coming out there to win. He young, he hungry, just like Boots. He want name for himself too. He gonna come out there, he ain't gonna quit like Boots ain't gonna quit. No. No. Now I ain't saying that Eddie Hearn them is right for trying to lowball the man. I ain't saying they right for that. Cause see, that lowballing is a way not for the fight to happen. But what I'm saying is Brian Norman them shouldn't be worried about what Boots made. Just get in there and go and take the challenge and you take the belt. Don't worry about what Boots made. That ain't your business. That's pocket watching. That's pocket watching. Don't worry about what Boots made. That ain't your money. Ain't going to your account. If they paying you more than what Brian Norman made his last fight, let's go. At least, because it can't be close to what I made, but at least put another zero behind it. Put another zero behind it. Yeah, the fight made. That'll make me train harder. That'll make me go in the gym harder, work harder, knowing that they paying this dude and he on the same level as me, so I got to beat him. Think about that zero that they ain't give you. Think about that extra zero they ain't give you and train hard and give your best when you go out there and fight them. Don't worry about what Boots got. Don't worry about what Boots got. Boots ain't a superstar himself. How much you expect to get? Boots ain't never been on pay-per-view. Boots ain't never fought nobody to get no big bucks. See, watch what I tell y'all with this. If these negotiations fall, if they were to go at Mario Barrios, it's gonna be the same thing. Watch what I tell you. It's gonna be a difficult situation to fight Mario Barrios for his WBC title. Anybody who can stand a chance and make Boots look bad and beat him. Oh, they asking for too much. They doing this, they doing that. Hold on, y'all give me a second. I got some eggs on, smell like they burnt. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, my eggs was burning up. I'm trying to put them in my salad. But yeah, when it comes to Mario Barrios, he asking for too much. He asking for too much. What's the other champion at 147? I just put. Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah, let me look this up. What's the other champion? Now, when it comes to this fight, let me see who he is at 147. Wait, Tam Duran Ennis. WB. Oh, well, this old. This need to be the new. When it comes to that new fighter or another fighter that Boots think he could beat, fight made easy. Fight made easy. Watch what I tell you. They know Barrios gonna want his. They can't use all the excuses what he ain't worth on him, like trying. Yeah, because he been on pay-per-view before. He fought Tank. He been on pay-per-view before. So they can't use that against him. They're gonna have to really come with an excuse when they're talking about him. Staniosis got a WBA regular title. Still could be a unification. When it come to him, it was all right, bro. I enjoyed myself for my birthday. Thank you, Blackbird. When it comes to Staniosis, Staniosis asking for too much. Staniosis ain't never been on pay-per-view. Well, he ain't never been on pay-per-view either, so I can't say that. Staniosis asked for too much. Whenever it's time to fight a fighter that could possibly beat a fighter, I ain't just talking about Boots. Whenever it's time for a fighter to fight another opponent that he could possibly lose to, negotiations hell. But as long as it's nobody's, here we go. Don't y'all? It just pop up out of the blue. Oh, such and such as Shakur Stevenson is fighting such and such. Next weekend, you don't even know. Tank is fighting such and such tomorrow. You don't even know. But when you try to match Shakur Stevenson and Tank together, oh, this is going on. That is going on. What's going on? Why the fight can't happen? What's the problem? We got Mario Barrios, Staniosis, Brian Norman Jr. They're the main three fights. Boots need to be going after. He said he want to be unified. I mean, he want to be undisputed. So why is it so difficult to make the fight? If Boots was so confident, go to your promoter ear and tell Eddie Hearn, man, give him a little more and make the fight. I need that belt. I'm trying to create my legacy. I'm trying to be the next undisputed champion at 147. Eddie, whatever you got to do, man, make the fight. I need that belt. Do you hear him saying that? Do you hear him saying that? But they trying to make it seem like Brian Norman them ducking the fight. What Brian Norman got to lose? What Brian Norman them got to lose? I understand the payday they want more, but y'all got to crawl, Brian. That gonna make you train harder, my brother. What Brian them scared of? Boots them know what's going on. They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight Brian Norman. They want another lackluster opponent to make Boots look good. They don't want him to have to go in there and have to fight a fighter with grit. They don't want Boots to have to go in there and go in with a fighter who's gonna come out there to win. They don't want that. Eddie Hearn can make that fight. I bet you right now, if somebody go and check the purses of most of Eddie Hearn fights when they fought guys and unifications, I bet you wasn't nothing like this going on. Wasn't no low balling, wasn't no low balling, no nothing like that going on when Eddie Hearn made unification fights. But when it's Boots, a fighter he just signed, a fighter he ain't made all his money off of yet. Think about this. You got to think about business, and which I don't like to talk about business when it comes to the sport of boxing. He just signed Boots, had one fight with him. You think he want to go out there and the world gets showed that Boots ain't what they say he is, and he lose money? Did y'all just hear me? Did you hear me? Are you listening? Y'all think he want Boots to go out there and lose when he just signed Boots? No. We finna give Boots some more fights that he go out there and win. That's what Eddie Hearn thinking. We finna lowball them and see what they'll take. And I'm telling the Brian Norman family, take it. Take it. Shut them up. Because I guarantee you right now, if Brian Norman them call Eddie Hearn, hey, Eddie, that last number y'all gave, we'll take it. That he gonna hold the phone like this. Oh my God, what are we gonna do now? Well, what happened? They said they'll take the last offer. They're gonna take the last offer. Yeah. Oh, damn. What are we gonna do now, Eddie? I don't know, because it's gonna be hard to duck now. It's gonna be hard to duck now. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have people send you some paperwork, and they'll get in touch with you. Okay, and click. That's why they sending it. They sending it because they know you don't want to take it. No, call them back and say, no, we're gonna take it. They're gonna be shaking. What we gonna do? Eddie. What we gonna do? What up, Boxing Magic? They ain't gonna know what to do. But back to Fundora versus Crawford. It's gonna be a beautiful fight. It's a challenge for Terence Crawford, a guy 6'6". I think Terence Crawford is what, 5'9", 5'8". You know, we're gonna have to see some versatility. We have to see some leg movement. We're gonna have to see some dodging some punches, ducking on the punches. You know, we'll have to see a major body attack. You know, it's gonna be a hell of a fight between Fundora and Terence Crawford. You know, I take nothing away from Fundora. I always said that I feel Fundora needs some new trainers, because why are y'all letting this boy go out there and throw pity-pat jabs, them soft jabs? Now, he hit hard. A lot of people say, yeah, Fundora, he's a power puncher. To me, with them soft jabs and straight, he doesn't throw the straight left hand for nothing. With no power behind it. No power behind the straight left hand. Yeah, he was tagging. He was tagging to Zoo. Yeah, he was tagging Zoo. Okay, okay. Zoo ain't Terence Crawford. And Zoo had blood running out his face. Before that blood started running out his face, I'm watching the fight, y'all. I ain't telling y'all no highlights I seen. I'm watching the fight round by round. So, Fundora came out there, did a good job the first round. Next thing you know, Tim Tszyu was jumping over left and right, clocking Fundora. I personally feel if the blood would have never dropped down his face, Fundora would have got knocked out. We'll be having to deal with Terence Crawford versus Tim Tszyu. And I think that's a special fight right there. Tim Tszyu, I don't like him. I don't like Tim Tszyu. But Tim Tszyu is something to deal with. And he showed heart. The boy showed heart. Probably his first time in his life where he had that much blood running down his face. Frustrated him, couldn't see. And he still went out there and fought. So he showed he has heart. Madrimov, Tim Tszyu, Terence Crawford, and Charlo are the hardest fights at 154. I ain't gonna never put Charlo, even though I don't like Charlo, I never leave Charlo out of it. Charlo is dangerous. Now, y'all can talk about what he went and did with Canelo for the payday. He ran around the ring. Okay, that's all good and well. He got paid for that. Charlo's still dangerous. Jermell Charlo is still dangerous, even for Terence Crawford at 154. For anybody at one. Jermell Charlo used to beat up on Errol Spence. If y'all ever watch any sparring videos of Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence, Charlo used to beat up on Errol Spence. Charlo used to beat up on Errol Spence, man. Can't forget Charlo. I'm not going to forget Charlo. But everybody talking about Madrimov. Watch what Madrimov do to his next big name opponent. Watch what Madrimov do to his next. I told y'all this. Go check out my video. Terence Crawford versus Madrimov. My prediction. What Terence did that was smart was putting his right hand in front of Madrimov's jab hand, stopping Madrimov and frustrating him from coming in. That's why Madrimov wouldn't come in like that. Tank did the same thing against Ryan Garcia. Tank did the same thing against Ryan Garcia. That's boxing smarts. That's boxing IQ. Putting your hand in front of the jab hand. Like, damn, he already blocking my hand. What else can I do? That's why that fight looked like no other fight that Madrimov had. Because of Terence Crawford's IQ. I'm gonna put my hand in front of his jab hand. Two fighters, if you take their jab away, they can't do nothing. That's Devin Haney and Errol Spence. When you rely on your jab too much, it causes you a problem. Devin Haney and Errol Spence, you take their jabs, they ain't got nothing. Fundora, that's why when I tell y'all Fundora versus Spence, y'all think the Spence was going to go out there. All Fundora team who has the longer reach, Fundora, they team jab with the jabber. Terence showed them that. The blueprint to beat Errol Spence is right there with Terence Crawford. Jab with the jabber. Jab with the jabber. Errol Spence ain't changed nothing. He ain't going to change nothing. Once Errol Spence get jabbed in his face 3 times, he could go and train. They could bring, Lord forbid me saying, they could bring Emmanuel Stewart out the ground and let him train him. Once Errol Spence get hit in his face 2 times, he's going to go back to the same one-dimensional Errol Spence Jr. And he going to lose to Fundora. Fundora was going to beat the blood out of Errol Spence Jr., just like Crawford did. Year layoff. July, year and a month layoff, or even more. 2 months layoff if they fight in November. A year and 2 months with a one-dimensional fighter who just got crushed his last fight. That y'all make excuses for talking about car crashes and this and that. And y'all, hold up. This is what I want to ask. This is what I want to ask. What a nerve damage at for Errol that y'all used to talk about? Why the Spence fans ain't worried about the nerve damage y'all said that he had before he fought Terence Crawford? Y'all don't talk about that no more. Remember, he had nerve damage. Remember? Remember, Ninja? He had nerve damage. But nobody speaks about the nerve damage when it's time to go fight Fundora. But it's a fluke. It's a fluke. Let me go to some more fight hype videos, talk about some stuff before we get off. Before we get off. Let's talk about some more stuff. We got Keyshawn Davis. I tell y'all all the time, Keyshawn Davis ain't number talk. He ain't winning Andy Cruz. He love calling out fighters with names, and then he go fight somebody that we don't even know. He love talking about fighters with names, and then he go fight some guy that's washed up and old. No, go fight Andy Cruz. Thank you, Nate. Go fight Andy Cruz. I ain't bashing him. I just tell the truth on my channel. Keyshawn Davis is a good fighter. Keyshawn Davis is a good fighter. But stop calling out guys and then you go fight nobodies. Stop doing that. All the prospects need to fight each other. All the top prospects, y'all need to fight each other. It should be only one prospect. It shouldn't be 4 prospects talking about they the baddest one on the land. No, y'all fight each other and prove who the top-notch dog is as a prospect. Don't nobody want to keep hearing that. Oh, I'm top dog. I'm top dog. Prove it. See, that's why they need to go back and do a Super 6 series like they did in boxing back in the day with Andre Ward now. Exactly. Sort the men from the boys. Doughboy. Either what you think about Eddie Hearn? Eddie Hearn is doing, he's messing up the relationship with Boots. I really want to see Boots versus Norman Jr., but it doesn't look like it's going to happen because they don't want it to happen. Eddie Hearn just invested in Boots. You think he won't see Boots get beat? Doughboy, think about that. If you just went and bought a pit bull for $200 and then a guy who you know his dog a killer, you going to send your dog that you just invested $250 on into the cage with a dog that's been killing everybody else's dog or has the possibility of killing your dog and you just put $250 in? It go the same way. Just think about it in other ways. Hell no. No, I want my dog to fight this dog. I want my dog to fight that dog. I want to make some money off my dog first. That's what Eddie Hearn is doing. Eddie Hearn want to make some money off his dog. I'm making a video, baby. Eddie Hearn want to make some money off his dog before he send him out there to get beat. That's all it is. They don't want that fight. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. Oh, no. Hell no. No. They want to make some money off that dog. Same thing we going through with Shakur and Tank. Ain't neither one of them get, well, I don't know if they got Cepeda for Shakur. But where did WB at? Tank fight De Los Santos instead of going after Jose Valenzuela like I know that they're gonna go after Tank and his team gonna go after Jose Valenzuela. I guarantee you. Remember me telling I told y'all this before. They're gonna go after Jose Valenzuela. Fight Dylan Santos. Wherever De Los Santos at right now, fight De Los Santos. What this is? It's gonna be September, November. Fights De Los Santos December the 3rd. Give him 2 months to train and fight De Los Santos to show that you better than Shakur Stevenson. Even though Shakur Stevenson say he was injured in that fight, but fight De Los Santos. Fight Raymond Mortala. See what these opponents at for Tank. What these opponents that fight Raymond Mortala. Fight De Los Santos. See, he ain't gonna fight them. He ain't gonna fight them. In 1 second. He ain't gonna fight them. See, he gonna tell us. He gonna tell us. Oh, Shakur ain't this, Shakur ain't that, Shakur. Fight him. Whenever it's time to fight a fighter that can possibly beat a top name fighter, it's always a problem with negotiations. Been going on for years. Y'all got to pay attention. But whenever it's time to fight a fighter that they know they can beat, here we go. Here we go. And shout out to Errol Spence. If it wasn't for Errol Spence, Terence Crawford would have never got that fight. Shout out to Errol Spence. If Errol Spence wanted that fight, we would have never saw that fight if it wasn't for Errol Spence. That's why Bud went over there and told him, this wouldn't have happened without you. I respect you, this, that, and the other. Al Heyman them didn't want that fight. Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather himself said he told Al Heyman not to let that fight happen. He told Al Heyman, don't let it happen. So what y'all think gonna happen with Fundora versus Terence Crawford? Al, don't let it happen. Why? Because he finna become 3rd-time undisputed champion. And I ain't never been a champion, an undisputed champion 1 time. Pound for pound don't mean nothing, y'all. When it's compared to undisputed, pound for pound means nothing when it's compared to undisputed, baby. When it's compared to undisputed, baby. Floyd ain't never been undisputed 1 time. Not 1 time. Show you right. What y'all think he told Al Heyman don't let that boy fight him? He gonna destroy my legacy. He already undefeated, Al. He already undefeated, Al. Don't let him fight Errol Spence to become undisputed 2 times. Right after my hiatus. Right after the Floyd Mayweather era. Don't let him do that, Al. Please, Al. Please don't let him go and do that. Don't let him fight. Don't let him fight Terence Crawford right now. Please. Errol became his own man. Thought about what he wanted. And said, Terence, I want to fight you. So I salute. I salute to Errol Spence Jr. He did it for us. He did it for us. Whether he lost, even though he got the spaghetti beat out of him. Even though he got the chicken wings with lemon pepper beat out of him. Even though he got the fried bologna sandwich straight off the aisle off the stove beat out of him. Errol Spence gave us that fight. So to Errol Spence, I salute you, my brother. Thank you for being a man of your word. Thank you, Errol Spence. Grits and gravy. You feel me now? Cinnamon toast bread. Cut up potatoes and fried. Errol Spence did it. He kept his word and he went out there and he did his thing. He did his thing. He did his thing. So I love you for that, Errol Spence. Take care of them beautiful children. Make some more money, but take you some confidence fights. Don't be listening to your team. Take you some confidence fights. Support the channel. I give it to you better than the rest. I give it to you better than the rest. They can't give it to you like I give it to you. They can't. Ain't no way they can. There ain't no way they can. Support the channel. We cooking. We over the stove with it. Huh? I don't know how to do it no other way. Devin Haney think he finna come back to the sport of boxing like we forgot his butt whooping. We ain't forgot that belt whooping. We ain't forgot it. We ain't forgot it. Devin Haney, we ain't forgot it. See, and this is why a lot of people get mad when I talk about it. They say, oh, black people are going for Ryan Garcia, even though Ryan Garcia, I don't believe Ryan Garcia cheated. I don't believe Ryan Garcia cheated. I don't. But let me give you this. A fighter who been fighting the less amount of time than Ryan Garcia beat Michelle Rivera, who got popped for PEDs right after the fight. Frank Martin beat Michelle Rivera, who was popped for PEDs. So how is it that y'all can say that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney because he was on PEDs, but Devin Haney said that Ryan Garcia was a C-level fighter and he was elite and he went out there and got beat by a C-level fighter. But a fighter who started boxing when he was 17, 16 years old wanted to beat Michelle Rivera, a Cuban who's popped on PEDs and still beat him. Somebody tell me that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all want me to repeat it? Y'all need me to repeat that for it to make sense to you? Watch this. I'm going to repeat it for you. Ryan Garcia tested negative all the way up to the fight, which means whatever he used, which they say was Ostarine, which don't really don't help you until they say 2 weeks after the fight or a week after the fight, right? A fighter who's been boxing since he was 17 beat Michelle Rivera, who was caught and busted after the fight for using PEDs, which was Frank Martin, beat Michelle Rivera. And he started boxing when he was 17. So why y'all want to take everything from Ryan Garcia When Devin Haney said that he was a C-level opponent and he was elite. He was elite. I tell y'all all the time, go watch Andre Berto versus Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz was on steroids that first fight. Victor Ortiz was on steroids versus Andre Berto won. And look what Andre Berto still did. Andre Berto, when you watch the fight, if you go and watch the fight like I'm telling you, Andre Berto caught Victor Ortiz with a punch he ain't even see, a right hook. Victor Ortiz landed on the ground and shook his head like a pit bull and got up. I said right then when I watched that fight, I said that boy on steroids. I'm young watching this fight. I said he on steroids. He didn't even see the punch coming. And Victor Ortiz got up and shook his head like a pit bull. Easy to notice boxing. Y'all forgive me, I don't be on here much. I gotta work. I gotta pay bills. I'm sorry, I'm being easy to notice boxing. When I seen that boy get hit with that punch and he didn't even see it, Andre Berto came under him and rocked him. That boy got up and shook his head like a pit bull and got up. I said, no, he on. And after that, that's why Andre Berto got popped in the second fight for fighting Victor Ortiz, because he felt that Victor Ortiz was going to come in again on steroids. Victor Ortiz was on steroids their first fight. Want to tell you how I know Ryan Garcia didn't even really know he was cheating. When Ryan Garcia was in that round and he told Bill Haney stop the fight, Ryan Garcia was tired too. Ryan Garcia was tired too. When he told Bill Haney stop the fight, Ryan Garcia was tired too. That boy ain't know he was on no steroids. He ain't know he was on no PEDs. He ain't know that. He didn't know that. Bud gonna give Virgil Ortiz brain damage. Virgil Ortiz is no Virgil. I give him respect. Virgil Ortiz is a hell of a fighter. Virgil Ortiz will not beat Terence Crawford. That's just a mismatch. Regardless of what people think, I'm telling you, I've been watching it for a long time. Virgil Ortiz will not beat. Will not beat. It do make sense. Think about what PED means before you say that. PED means performance enhancing drug. Did you see anything out of the ordinary that Ryan do against any other opponent? Was Ryan throwing multiple punches from round? Did Ryan throw 1,000 punches that night? Ryan fought like regular Ryan and won. What's up, Mimi? Ryan fought like regular Ryan and won. A lot of people just don't want to admit it, or they want to say it because Devin Haney is a black fighter. That's why people saying it, because he's black. Had to be some shit. Had to be this. I didn't see no different Ryan Garcia that fight. Ryan been knocking people out. Let's get this understood. Ryan been knocking people out. And I just told you, he was tired when he told Devin Haney daddy to stop the fight. He was tired. Y'all, it's about time for me to get off. I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to work. I just want to let y'all know I love y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in, for those that tune in. For those that's going to tune in later, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button before you leave. Everybody hit the like button before you leave. And I thank y'all for tuning in. This your boy Easy Work. I'm out.